Right now, Bitcoin is dangerously approaching its all-time high, located at $68,000. This is why we are seeing altcoins like Cardano, Polkadot, Solana, and others breaking through very relevant levels. If we look at Ethereum, unlike Bitcoin, it is nowhere near its all-time high. However, we are not going to give it more importance than it deserves at the moment, as we're looking at Ethereum on its daily chart, which is in a macro bullish channel, and right now it is very close to its midpoint. Look, I'm going to give you a bit of a spoiler. As we are seeing the cryptocurrency markets breaking through these very important levels, considering that Bitcoin is really just a sneeze away from reaching $68,000, which is its all-time high, and nobody seems to be talking about it here. As I was saying in previous videos, remember how we were expecting the price to have some kind of reaction to the origin of the breakout to look for an attempt at a bearish replica before offering us the strong upward movement that would attack the all-time highs. But as we have been seeing, in the end the market did not seek any kind of reaction to the downside, but rather its response has been to offer us a contrary impulse with strong aggressiveness. In the end, we are facing a strongly unexpected event, classified as a black swan. And for those wondering if the term black swan can also be used for favorable events, I'll tell you yes, it is recognized and acknowledged by the entire financial sector. Well, here we have had a black swan event, a very relevant and very unexpected event. Therefore, it does not surprise us either if we go down to a smaller time frame that in the face of an unexpected event so much force is printed, in this case, in the opposite direction of what was expected, which is bullish. That's why, when we saw that the price was not going to respect the origin of the breakout, to look for a bearish replica, we already started to give, or rather continue to give, follow-up to the altcoins that were very close to breaking their structures. In this case, you are seeing Cardano, as our bet is to continue with the trend. If we see that the large institutions have not respected really relevant structures, the origin of Bitcoin's breakout. If we see that this is not respected and does what it has to do, and we are faced with an unexpected and aggressive event, the message being sent to the world is, gentlemen, let's continue looking up and let's not seek a price reversal. That's why I am not surprised, in the least, to see cryptocurrencies breaking through such relevant levels as Cardano's. I can also show you the same thing in Polkadot. It seems a bit shy here, but remember that we were observing how this breakout projected us at least to the creek, and at some point this has to be broken. Okay, now that you have this context, let's analyze different cryptocurrencies to look for different opportunities that the market can offer us. We start with the BGB token, the Bitget token. On the daily chart, as we are seeing a strong uptrend and going down to a 1-hour time frame. Here, you will remember how we were looking for these types of additions to look for longs, as long as it offered it to us, which it did. And subsequently, we were already looking for what the inclination of this bearish channel was going to be, which I have to tell you now that we have updated it, since the previous channel had a different inclination. To be honest with you, right now, I don't remember what it was, but I know something like this was happening, and that here we experienced something like a trap. A trap that if you look at previous videos, we were telling you that it was what we wanted to wait for to try longs. These have been opportunities that what we are doing. What we are looking for is that at some point those opportunities that we are looking for. Yes, they have offered us opportunities for intraday trading, but frankly, it's not what we are looking for. What do we want? See something similar to what happened with SHIBA INU and Dogecoin, which I will show you their charts now. What are we looking for? A big replica. But of course, without having a crystal ball, the only thing we can do is look for coherent long entries, which as you are seeing, we are doing in the Crypto Insight videos, and hope that Mr. Jesu Crypto, in one of the attempts, wants to take us up with them. So far, we will continue looking for it. Look, frankly now, with the Bitget chart on its 1-hour time frame, I would call for a bit of caution, as it is clear what structure they are working on. Remember that structures must be constantly updated, and this invites us to think the following, that a next good opportunity to look for an entry in the market. In the case of looking for a long in the Bitget token, sincerely I would not look for it beyond waiting for a bearish trap even below the macro structure, also that it is a trap on its level that I am highlighting, and in this type of events then be able to look for some type of long either in the trap itself or in the confirmation of a hypothetical defense zone that would later come to break its own creek to look for higher levels. What we are looking for here are areas of great interest at great extremes that hopefully our Mr. Jesu Crypto can take the price to very desirable levels. And as I mentioned before about the SHIBA INU and Dogecoin tokens, I was telling you that we have just experienced a great bullish explosion in their market. I come to show it to you. Well, look, in just a few days, there has been a revaluation of 90. What do you think? Well, what was our follow-up? It was very simple. We had identified a creek, an advanced accumulation process to its macro accumulation process. This is usually a symptom, first that such a breakout is going to be sought, and that at some point the macro creek will also be pierced. But what we are seeing is that smart money has not allowed the retail investor to even blink, because frankly, being part of this bullish party of SHIBA INU has made it a very, very complicated task. So, we go to a 1-hour time frame and look, this first horizontal level is the micro creek, and for the Crypto Insight members, they know that the other day we were talking about the classic defense zone very close to the creek prior to an original breakout. Here we have the example, folks. Well, after that breakout, of course, they went to recognize the macro creek, and look how in a matter of hours they have taken the SHIBA INU price wherever they wanted. And now if we go up a little more in its price, here we are monitoring how to join this impulsive movement in SHIBA INU. The first safe opportunity was given on Sunday at 8 in the morning. Not too good for us, of course. Now we must wait for the next opportunity that SHIBA INU is going to offer us to look for that long entry. Just as we are monitoring the BGV token for several weeks now, I'll explain what they have done with Dogecoin, but first. Welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity. Well, in the case of Dogecoin on its daily time frame, we see that its creek at the price level of 0.1057. We see how it was validated and confirmed, and then came and broke it with great fury. Like with SHIBA INU, this memecoin also related to a dog. Smart money has allowed hardly any time for the retail investor to want to be part of the impulsive movement. Well, look, in just one day, they offered us the macro-aggressive breakout. We all know the danger that comes with trying to buy a structural breakout. The danger it poses, basically, is that it is a trap and that you may have bought at the worst point for the price to turn around. That is why we look for structures and safer ways that provide us with a risk-to-reward ratio very favorable to our favor. And what we are seeing in the case of Dogecoin, which is also quite common in financial markets, in traditional markets, is that they simply do not give any opportunity after breaking the creek and simply catapult the price like a headless chicken. And here I'm going to tell you the same as with SHIBA INU. We are going to monitor it to see when they're going to offer us some kind of long entry opportunity. For now, I must tell you that we should wait a bit so that we can identify a safe zone. The safe part is always, in quotes, to look for that long entry. We will keep an eye on it. Before we go to Bitcoin and Ethereum, let's analyze the altcoins and what we expect from them. Well, here in Cardano, we have the breakout of the creek, as we saw a moment ago. We move down to the 1-hour time frame, and what we're seeing here is a strong uptrend. Here again, we'll have to wait and see what the next opportunity will be to look for a long in the market. Frankly, we don't know if they're going to want to reach this zone, which would be interesting to start looking for opportunities at these levels, around $0.7211, but we'll have to see the price behavior, because maybe here they offer us another type of opportunities that will only be available when the price develops a little more. But the bias will always be to go long. And here we're going to pose the following question, and it's whether Cardano will need to come and validate its creek structure before leaving, or if it will frankly go very fast. Seeing how the market sentiment is, I would simply take into account that, of course, this is a whole possibility, but I would be prioritizing rapid continuities to the upside. Look, with Polkadot, it's something quite recent. Here, looking at its daily time frame, here we have that correction, the breakout, and now it has just pierced its creek. In this 1-hour time frame, we see how Polkadot has come to break the creek. It seems that initially it struggled, but now it has found its detachment. Here, the prudent thing, frankly, would be to wait for it on the creek itself. Even more prudent to wait for some kind of trap, and why not? Wait for validation to see a continuation in Polkadot's chart. And here we're going to put a huge asterisk. And that is, of course, we may find ourselves in the classic tricky market extreme situation that is about to turn the price around. This could happen, of course, and frankly, no one knows what will happen. Simply knowing that possibility, any work you do if you want to look for longs, you should always protect yourself with a stop loss, as frankly, no one knows what will happen. With Solana, on its 1-hour time frame, we've already seen how it has pierced its macro creek, even come to validate it. Impressive. And how recently they've created a defense zone that the price is respecting in a tremendously religious manner, generating a quick, high-momentum trap. And how they've worked to creek over the defense zone with a prelude of a trap that came to break. And now, this morning, it has confirmed the creek and is starting to move upwards. Well, let's try to work out a bullish channel here. Let's see what we find. And as you can see, the predominant trend will always be to look upwards. Keep a close eye, of course, on this defense zone, in case at some point the price, who knows why, but decides to break the structure. Here we need to know that there's protection that can generate the classic trap before seeking the bullish continuation. Chainlink on its 1-hour time frame. Also, the pseudo-magical one comes, breaks the creek, the macro to come and validate the structure to work with. A flat pattern that has broken has come to validate, and that's where we are. Here, if we want to be optimistic about Chainlink, if we want to be very optimistic about Chainlink, we should consider that this wick, in case it has been successfully absorbed. This defense zone that I'm drawing for you around $20,186 approximately. If this zone is able to do its job, hey, we can give it a trap scenario. Why not, as long as it recovers? But if this defense zone confirms, then we could bet on a continuation. After all, we're facing a macro flat pattern that has broken, that has confirmed. And now we're compressing on the same where presumably we've been absorbed. Yes, this defense zone is important, and we need to see how the price will interact with it. Before looking at Bitcoin, let's look at Ethereum on its 1-hour time frame. And here we've channeled the price. We've had a strong bullish impulse that has been continued in this channel. It's not for any other reason that last week we were looking for longs in the market. Longs that honestly haven't been very easy to capture. But here, with Ethereum, we have to give it the freedom to want to reach that channel's peak, even to break it without any fear. Let's see how they do it. Hey, frankly, here we have a very relevant creek. We don't know what they're going to do, but who knows if they'll want to scare and go to the creek or scare even more. Perhaps they don't need to drop so much, but in the end, what we're looking for is a bullish climactic action that takes us upwards. Remember, here we have a median line approximately around the price level of $3,650. Most likely, we'll encounter some kind of obstacle here, but it doesn't mean at all that over time and with effort, that level might be breached to the upside. Look, here we're looking at the Bitcoin chart on its hourly time frame. It's the same philosophy, bullish impulse and continuation in a channel. It has no secret whatsoever. Well, there's no doubt that we're working this channel. Now, looking at how it has surpassed it, let's do the following. Let's simply mobilize it and see if we find something that interests us. Look, what a coincidence. Here we have the working alpha angle, clearly. But hey, does this mean that the price can't go up? Of course it does. In fact, we should be looking for a volume profile here, as in the end, they may be working on an accumulation process here that if you notice, they broke the creek, validated it, and went to seek their profit. There's no doubt about it. On the other hand, this is also a bearish impulse, where here we see its W, its E, and all of this is an aggressive Z. Well, as I said, let's have that priority of longs, but let's see if the price wants to give us a break, or even offers us some kind of market entry opportunity, because around the price level of $63,000 approximately, in the value area high, we could find an area of interest, who knows, to look for some kind of re-entry. Well, in the end, this bullish impulse becomes very appetizing for us. Let's see if they want to correct it. Maybe they don't need it so much. We will keep an eye on it, but we want to look for a climactic action, because my friend, remember that $68,000, which is Bitcoin's all-time high, and is insultingly just around the corner. And it would be very strange if they don't want to go play with that level, even surpass it. So, I hope you found this technical analysis in a somewhat different video format interesting. If you think you prefer analyses in this format, let me know in the comments. And also, give me your opinion on what you think will happen in the financial markets. And like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so that YouTube notifies you of future posts. And of course, share this content with your friends and other trading and cryptocurrency communities. See you next time, and good luck with your investments.